Hello human beings, I am crazylegsjan. Welcome back to VR in Wheelchair. Today we are reviewing a game called Espire 2. Thank you to the developers for giving me a copy of the game so I could make this review and give my honest opinion on how it is. After you have made your name, the calibration of the game starts. You can set your height as the start thing. It has an auto-generated height calibration. I'm apparently 124 centimeters high when sitting down. You can choose seated or standing, and then you can press the calibrate button so you can still reach all the things in the game. You can also adjust your comfort mode. I don't like comfort modes, it's where you have like a black screen around your face when you're moving around to reduce nausea. And you can set your dominant hand. I choose left because I'm a lefty. And you can set which way you want to turn, snap turning or smooth turning. I am more to snap turning, but it's nice to see that you have a choice. You can also choose if you want to have manual reload or auto reload. I got scared by the video because I was not expecting a video to pop up where a person was shooting to show how it worked. I chose manual reloading because that's more fun. And you can set your difficulty. I chose story because I wanted to show off the game, not have a challenge. And then it explains to you what the difficulty includes. You can change all these things in the settings of the game as it tells you right there. At any point in the game. There is a short tutorial when you are done with all the calibrations, so you know how to do all the things in the game. It is a little bit slow and a little bit confusing, but it's there so you understand how the game works. Also, doing this tutorial, you need to look behind you just so you are aware. I had to unlock my wheelchair and turn around because I couldn't look behind me that far. As it's obvious right here. I tried to see if I could turn around with the snap turning, but snap turning is not a part of the tutorial here. I had no idea what I was doing here, as it didn't give you an introduction to what this level actually is. After a while you get into the mech that you are actually controlling, and it gives you a short tutorial on how to move around, how to turn, and how to use your hands and the different weapons at your disposal. Espire 2 has one of the most funny hacking sequences that is in a VR game. You actually have to move your hands on top of the keyboard for it to be interacting with. So it gives you a sense of you actually doing something instead of just holding your hand on top of a keyboard and then the game does stuff for you. So good job on that, developers. It was a fun little addition to the game, I would say. And a lot of other games could use that. Here you are introduced to your tranquilizer gun, and it's super easy to use. You have one on each hand, and you just aim with your hand like if you had a missile on your backhand, and then hold the trigger, and then you have a handle that you can pull back for it to work. Super easy, and you have a little camera on the right side of your hand, or outer side, I would say. I didn't notice that at the start. I noticed it later though. You can repair your own robot, but it has multiple functions, the repair tool. You have one on each hand too. Here you use it to repair the mech that you're using, but you can also use it to take down enemies. Smaller enemies, that is. Espire 2 is a game about stealth. So the more stealth you can be, the better. As soon as you begin to make noise, the game begins to get hard. It is actually fun to try and be as stealth as you can be, but it's also hard. The different mech abilities can help you with having a more stealth approach. Like here, the Espire vision. You can use that as a night vision, but you can also use that to attack enemies so you can see them through walls. You can also use the Espire vision on each side of your head. And you can toggle on so you don't have to have your hand next to your face. Espire 2 uses a lot of the default mechanics in VR games, like crouching or climbing a scaffolding, and interacting with different doors and levers. Some games are doing it better than others, and Espire 2 is one of the better ones that I have played. I felt like I was a little bit too high here, so I wanted to go in and calibrate my height in the game. This is also where I noticed the cameras on the trank guns. In the calibration settings, this game shines because you can adjust so many different things that a lot of other games would benefit so much from. You can adjust your height, obviously. A lot of other games has that.
Height recorded. Hold triggers.
And it has auto calibration, by the way. So you hold down 2 buttons. As in the trigger. You can also adjust your chest height and also your waist height. We need more games that uses this because it makes it available for so many people. Because you can adjust it in the height, but also the width.
Waist recorded.
I made an error in the chest area though, but you will notice that later. This is where you learn how to tag the enemies so you can see them through the walls. You activate your Espire vision and then basically just look at them and then it will tag where they are and keep the tag on for you to know where they are. A very neat tool to have, especially if you want to go the stealth approach. You can also go guns blazing if you want to do that. You can also take down electric stuff with your tranquilizer darts, like the junction here, or the cameras. You can not only use your repair tool to repair yourself with and take down enemies, you can also use it to disarm mines or bombs and turrets. I still don't know the Espire instinct, what that actually does. I didn't really understand it in the tutorial here. But it slows down time. I'm not sure if you are going invisible. But it slows down the time, so you're not getting shot at least. When you get at the back of the turret, you take a repair tool and you tap the screen. The game has voice recognition, so you can interrogate the enemies by getting up behind them and putting your right hand towards your mouth and then saying different commands. If you don't want to use voice commands, then you also have a command menu that you open with the Y button, and then you have different selections. I found it very interesting that you could just speak to the game and the game would pick up what you were saying. It's a neat little feature that I haven't really seen in any other VR game.
You're gonna kill them, right?
At least that I remember. I didn't have a microphone on, so you can't hear what I'm saying, sadly. Because I was not expecting it to have this thing. I tried different commands that it wasn't recognizing, just to try it out and see what happens. And nothing happened because it is programmed to only accept specific commands. You can also use your repair tool to unlock weapons that are locked to enemies. So you take your repair tool and then you point it towards the ball and hold down the trigger and then follow the ball around, and then the weapon will be unlocked for you to use.
Hold the trigger down to run the electric pulse over the yellow orb, just like for repairs. She's all yours. Bear in mind she'll be low on charge.
This is the point where I noticed that I had a problem with the chest height.
Another blackout. Poe,
Because my
how
chest
did you
height was a
together?
little bit too high. I couldn't really see over the weapon. So I had to go in and calibrate it again. So beware when you're calibrating your chest height that you actually have a weapon on your chest so you can adjust it to that. Or with that in mind. It shows a little holograph of the weapon that you have on when you're calibrating the height of the chest now. A lot better than before.
Recorded.
Just like in Hitman, when you have taken down an enemy, you can shove them inside a locker. I tried this here because I wanted to see how it worked. And I didn't really have any problems because it auto shoves it in there as soon as it noticed that you want to put it in a locker. Or the person in the locker. If other guards are seeing guards being tranquilized, they are going over to them and waking them up. So it's a good thing to be aware of who is awake and who is not awake. So you don't get overrun by the enemies. You can also use your Espire vision to tag cameras and turrets, just as I showed here. I tried to take out the guy here, but he noticed me, so I had to be quick. Because it tried to say what I was trying to say in the game. So he noticed me. At least that is what I think. The Espire vision, as you can see here, can also be used to follow wires.
Trip mines ahead.
So you know where to go if you need to disable something in the map that you're in. So as you can see, the Espire vision has a lot of different use cases. From seeing in the dark to tagging your enemies to tagging the equipment that the enemies are using, and also to follow wires that is needed. I am not sure if multiplayer is part of the game now or if it's going to be part of the game in the upcoming update that is coming for Espire 2. But I would love to run around in the game with a friend of mine and see how crazy it will be. Because I am sure that the people that I'm playing with is not going to be as stealth as I am. So all hell can break loose, to be completely fair. I will also make a video with the new update as soon as the update is out. And also to talk about what the update contains. Espire 2 is a really fun game and it takes the approach of stealth a little bit different than a lot of other games. It has some interactions that I have not seen in any other VR game. At least that I have played. It is fully playable as a wheelchair user thanks for the calibration adjustments that you can adjust to your liking in the width and the height.
Inbound.
It makes a world of a difference that you can change it like that. Espire 2 is on the Oculus store for $29.99 US. I would say that it's actually a fair price for the game, as that is pretty much the normal price for VR games today. You can also buy it in the Ultimate Stealth Collection, where you're getting both Espire 1 and 2. And you can also buy it in the game, the whole package, where it has 5 different games in, including Espire 2. Thank you to the devs from Espire 2 for giving me the ability to try out this game and making this video for you guys. I really appreciate the opportunities. If you feel like I could have done something differently, then leave a comment down below and give me some feedback.
Cinder has taken.
And also remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more. If you like this video, then be sure to check out this video here, where I'm reviewing Budget Cuts 2.